I can feel the pain, and it can plummet me into all I might be feeling really good, and all of a sudden that pain's there, and all of a sudden my day hasn't got the things that I look forward to anymore. And
Why?
because I think, oh, why hasn't that pain gone away? Why is that pain still here?
Physiologically, it
Presenting symptoms are pain. People go to their doctor because they have pain. On investigation, they're found to have a tumour.
And I think part of the problem is there's a lot of people who know their bodies really well and they're saying they've got pain, and it's never really, they can't really be, it can't be treated. They might present, someone might present who has depression or anxiety, and it can be glossed over as to whether this pain is something that's real or psychosomatic, and it's often hard. There's not really a clear line.
Well, pain is a generalised symptom, so it is occurring in a multitude of things, so it's difficult.
But it's also
to pinpoint
subjective.
And it is
it's
very
about
subjective.
whoever's suffering.
Absolutely.
It's not about all of us watching it.
For people with cancer, pain is different, and again, in a slightly different sense, it comes back to meaning. Maybe not so much meaning in life, but meaning of the pain. Meaning is different for people with cancer because pain may signal that there is something different about their cancer, that it's come back again, or that it's getting worse. And I think this is certainly one of the difficulties for people with cancer is, and in some ways there are a lot of similarities, and I think a lot of the things that we do can help people who have pain with cancer. But I think also we've got to be respectful of the fact that for people with cancer, pain does have a different meaning, and that we need to be sensitive to that, but also to consider how to address that as part of dealing with their pain.
My experience with cancer, I've had 2 bouts of cancer. So the first wasn't as painful, but the second was. Prior to my treatment, I had severe pain at first because the cancer became very aggressive. So once my treatment started, I had a little bit of relief from the pain in the first incidence because it decreased the growth of the cancer. That was pretty well short-lived. You have pain on and off throughout the journey of cancer. The cancer itself does cause pain, and it did cause pain to me. I actually had enormous amounts of bone pain because my type of cancer is a blood cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but I had it throughout my whole body and in my bone marrow, so my bones ached enormously. I also had quite significant growths in my abdomen, which impacted upon my bowel. And from my previous bout of cancer, which was upper abdomen, I had radiation to the abdomen area, so actually eating food has had to change for me. Most of my food's got to be cooked food. I can't eat a lot of raw food because I don't have the digestive system to digest and process that food. So my bowel pain and my I suppose stomach pain was my most important, enormous amounts of pain. When I actually had my transplant, there were things like reactions to the medication. I had a really bad allergic reaction to the preservatives in the stem cells, which sent my blood pressure really high, so just the enormous pain in my brain. And then just from vomiting and diarrhoea. I mean, I don't think anyone can sort of understand that how important your bottom is to you. Just chronic diarrhoea where you just can't get off the toilet and you're physically vomiting and diarrhoea 24 hours for about a month on end. That pain is just It's really significant sort of pain.
Yeah, we do know. I mean, for example, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, we know that they both could cause problems. They both can cause nerve damage. I mean, not for everybody, but for a certain percentage of people who have radiotherapy or chemotherapy, those treatments can cause pain in themselves. We do have treatments. I mean, we do have better and better drugs that can treat nerve pain, so to some extent we can address that. But unfortunately it is the case that in treating cancer, because it does need very aggressive treatment, other pain problems can arise out of their treatment that we need to be aware of, and I guess need to be signalled as a possible issue when somebody's considering treatment.
People with chronic pain or people with major pain often dismiss that. It's amazing how they'll say, oh, that's not something we can sort out. But, you know, this lump here, which is a physical thing that you can see, is what I'm here for. But really it's not that. It's the fact that they feel crap all the time and they're trying to survive and look at strategies of how you cope with living with this constant pain.